everybody. It's Adama, your favorite astrologer here at Lilith Astrology, and I'm back. I am back. I took a little bit of time because I just really felt the need to switch up some things on my content. I've seen, tagging. It's so amazing to see beautiful brown and black practitioners of color, wellness, lifestyle, beauty, astrology, all of that. I think it's really lovely. But I really, I'm worried that this is like a flash in the pan and these posts are just gonna exist for a week or a day or the story a day and that's it. And I really want to continue championing the elevation of Black women, and in a space that's near and dear to my heart. So, I mean, that's my protest: is that's going to be at the forefront of Lilith Astrology. I mean, I empower all women here, but right now, since other media outlets don't feature Black astrologers or spiritualists as often, I would like to give them the space here. So, and I already do. So, take a look at our contributor list. Go right below. I'll show you. So I've been doing this, but I really wanted to intro this video because it's a real thing, and I think that this is such a shift because it's really showing the world, or showing your locality, showing our country, everyone. It's showing on global, like there's been other protests against this globally, and then here, what's wrong with our society and things that we need to fix. And that's what's going on right now, So it's Eclipse Day, and I just wanted to say that. I'm going to do another video on my Instagram to talk more about this, but generally, I got to make space for my ladies. Everyone, you need to be making space for women of color, Black women, brown, Black, you need to make space for us. If you are in an industry and you notice the lack of diversity, or you see certain people getting passed over for things, or you can have the power, it's up it's up for all of us to change ourselves and do that. And people were sleeping and so busy before COVID happened and all of this happened. It's like now they have the attention span and moment to take a look at what the Black struggle has been in America. It's something that it's nothing new. So, it's the fact that, I dream of having a mixed audience. Like I mean, we are one. It shouldn't be a thing. But it still currently is right now, and Black people's lives are under attack. More specifically, Black women's lives are consistently under attack. So that's basically what it is. And that's why I even started Lilith Astrology, is because of feeling demonized and under attack most of my life, and finally coming and stepping into my own power. I want to help other women do the same. And right now, the most urgent right now is Black women. So Black Lives Matter, So moving on, this is Sagittarius Eclipse happening, literally right now. And we have it at 15 degrees. And, Venus retrograde is 3 degrees away from that. So, and we have the North Node at 29. And it's opposing the moon in Sagittarius. So it's really I've never seen so many women, empowered women in the professional world online, because I'm privy to it, I'm part of it, and I'm, pay attention and everything, are just coming out. Black women are just coming out and speaking the truth, and literally saying their truth. It's absolutely I can't believe how textbook this is, because then we also have Lilith in Taurus, conjunct Uranus in Taurus. So it's like these women are literally like, what are your values? You want to talk a lot of shit online? You want to talk a lot of game? Back it up. So that's really what the the alignment is today, and you can pair that to your own life, you know, black or white, whatever, you know, whatever you know, whoever you are, and whatever, you know, that's the theme. Whatever area of life it's happening. Could be family, could be job, could be career, it could be a lot of things, but that's what's going on. And we really also have it sextiling the sun in Gemini today. So it's like, or excuse me, we have Chiron in Aries sextiling the sun in Gemini, conjunct Venus. So it's like healing ass conversations. Like I said, I don't know what other update it was, but the other update before, healing conversations that need to take place, but they're hard to have. Needed conversations that are hard to take place, but they're hard to have. I know I've had them this past week. I'm sure all of y'all had them. So, but the thing is they're hard in the moment, but from that angst and that difficulty comes something better. So we gotta, like, you know, take this opportunity to speak our truth. And with this eclipse in Sagittarius, it's right on the rising sign of the United States. So this is like a shift, people, and it's like, what's the truth? Nothing better than Sagittarius loves than to just blab the truth. Like, they are just like, Burr. So when the moon's there, it's like, I just love this shit because it's so accurate. Like, I can't even, like, you can't even make this shit up. Like, literally, it's so archetypal, so accurate. Like, we have Mercury in Cancer in the sign of Divine Feminine, making a square with Chiron in Aries as well. So we have these healing conversations, but then this, like, action that's like, what are you gonna do? And it's a lot of women that are stepping up to the plate and being like, okay, well, not only is there blatant racism in, you know, what they call the ghetto and where they've ostracized and completely marginalized our people, but when we do rise to the occasion and we get, like, when we get here, we're not supported and usually unseen and unheard. And then if we're lucky, somebody nice maybe might come and, like, lift, you know, help with their privilege. But usually it's like you have to, like, really put up with a lot of shit to get anywhere. So now I think there's going to be some action. So a lot of you, I think, especially if you have, look where you have Sagittarius in your chart. Even if you're not a Sagittarius sun, you could have Venus, you could have Moon, like, etc. Like, look and see. Because even on an outer planet, having an eclipse there, so if you're younger and you have, like, Pluto and Sagittarius, that can be when the forefront of that generation, because y'all are, like, so much more progressive. Even, I mean, millennials, we're progressive, but you guys are, like, you take a step further, which is what you were put here to do. So now we're going to start seeing more voices of the Pluto Sagittarius generation, straight up. Totally believe it. They are just so much more, like, liberal and free and have different ideals than we do and think for themselves. And I don't subscribe to the talking shit about that generation, like Gen Z, because, I mean, straight up astrologically, like, even our generation, millennials, we're Pluto and Scorpio. We're here to basically remove generational curses and break generational curses. So this is their job, to break these belief curses, these belief issues that we all have. You know, that society has manipulated us and put us under a spell into thinking, and now is the time that it's coming out. So it's coming out, it's everyone. And the best thing you can do is align with true values. So what are your values? Know them clear. And make sure that you think about what you need to be in alignment with. So if society is moving towards a more maternal, caring, and I've said this in my videos last year, how 2020 shifts towards maternal and a society that takes care of the people. I need to find these old videos so that I can like make a compilation. That would be probably smart to do. It takes a lot of time though, but like that's what we're heading towards. Heading towards a society that cares for one another, that has compassion and kindness. No greed, like caring for the planet, caring for animals, and knowing that caring for what's outside means we're caring for ourselves. Because everything, it's a reflection. And I think everyone's been feeling completely failed by the system because this isn't the way that the universe wants us to work. Universal law is that we're all one. So it's just completely for the past, since, you know, the white patriarchy came into power, it's been this way. And then the United States, it was just baked in. Pluto and Capricorn is in our birth chart. They baked that shit in. And now it's come back for, to clear house. And so I think it's just, there's a lot of anxiety during this time. There's a lot of stress. And like, especially if you're Black like me, like you can get angry. And my best advice, like I feel like some spiritual people are just like, don't be angry. Don't feel a certain kind of way. I think there's better ways to advise you. I think feel it for a second, like experience that feeling, because I feel like you can get, it's like we still have that trigger and we're still dealing with that PTSD and we're still dealing with the reaction. So feel it, but then like recognize it and then try to look objectively like, okay, this is for the highest good. And this is, I'm seeing change right now that, and voices and protests and so much going on right now that is not before. Just know that this is for the highest good and just walk it with who you are. Walk with what's real, what's true, what's in line with universal values, which is that we're all connected and we're no hierarchy and we're all from source. And you're good. Stay, put your mask on, like wash your hands, eat healthy, try to stay moving. I know it can be hard with like gym clothes, but this is a time to nurture and take care of yourself. And if you're in a tough spot because something fell away that honestly, when you really think about it, was it serving you? Like, was it really serving you? Because I'm sure like you're now thinking like, okay, well that's gone. But now the challenge is figuring out what's my truth? What's my passion? And that's where reading comes in. So that's something I can help you out with. And I'll actually, you know what? I'll link my career report. I'll link my career link, a link to my career readings. If you go link below to book a reading, there I have a career and life path report. So that maybe could help. But just saying. And yeah, just that's the beauty of it. I mean, I'm hoping that everyone has, somewhere safe to live. If you don't, like, I know there's like a lot of domestic violence going on, a lot of difficulty. There's like, resources you can hopefully find. I mean, we live in like a fascist dictatorship. So I'm saying there's resources you can find, but I think with a bit of research, there are some groups, non-for-profit groups who are not run by the government that are actually care and can help. And those should be governmental groups, right? Like that's what the fucked up thing is when you really think about it. But I think take some time and really put out the stress out of your mind, because I know it's easy to say. And like I said before, feel the pain, but then take a minute to look at it objectively and be like, okay, well, what can I do? Because Adam is like, okay, if I walk in my truth, when everything's falling apart, what does that mean for me? So if that means finally pursuing the passion that you've had on the side forever, do it. If that means leveling up in your career, do it. If that means, protesting, do it. I think really go through what, like I feel like a great thing to think about when you're like deciding things in that moment is like, what is the like way that I can feel completely happy and like at peace and fulfilled? So if what you're doing right now isn't, what would? And then kind of write that down. That's like all like advice I give to clients. But writing things down really helps. And I think there's just a lot of confusion right now. And I think, you know, it's so easy to get triggered by shit you see on TV and on the news and all these different events just popping up, and it feels like everything's out of your control and confusing. But this North Node in Gemini is like, let's stop worrying about the bigger picture, like Sagittarius, where the eclipse is. This is the big picture. But the only way that we're going to fix this big picture is start small with yourself. And that's it, you know? So that's the 5th of June. So I invite you all to go check out my Instagram. There's going to be some new Blackalicious content. And yeah, if you're a content creator, you write, you want to do a video, you want to be on here, let's go. Email me. Email info@lilithastrology.com. It's I'll put it below as well. So I'm around, you know, I'm here for you guys. So I hope that you all have a fantastic weekend. I also am launching horoscopes late because I'm Black and, you know, I'm dealing with this, and I needed to really rejigger some of my visuals and messaging for this month. So that's going to be late. And Lucky Tana's Moon's tarot scope is going to come out this weekend. So you guys can look out for that, which would be really great. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I will see you back here on Monday. And you can look out for horoscopes this weekend and some other fun content on Instagram. Bye.